Hey everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 2019 Domaine de la Quilla Muscadet. All right, this grape is the Melon de Bourgogne. It is 12.5% alcohol by volume, and I paid $13 for it at my local grocery store. You don't pay a percent for wine. You only pay dollars or other currencies. All right, so from a color standpoint, I'm gonna say you are medium, you might be deep lemon. Deep lemon, no artifacts, no cloudiness. All right, so on the nose, ooh, getting lemon, and apparently dust is going to fly into my eye. This is just an awesome video so far. So I'm getting lemon, there is a little bit of pear, a little bit of green apple, more lemon really coming out here. There's also like a touch of honeydew melon, but it's very weak. There's a little bit of peach coming out now, and that's really it. I'm not really getting anything else, just some fruit. Not really getting any notes of secondary whatsoever. But how does it taste? Medium plus acid, but now, yes, medium plus acid, bone dry, like bone dry. The reason I kind of was like, when I tasted this was because it has a nice, rich, creamy texture to it. You would think, like, by the look of it and the fact that it smells a little bit more simple, that it's going to be kind of thinner on the body. I would actually say it's probably closer to being like a medium plus bodied wine. It just really has this really silky texture to it. It might be because it spent time on the lees. Certainly. So it actually adds a little bit of that creaminess whenever that wine gets to sit on the lees, and depending on how much they stir it, adds to that creamy texture. Sometimes you get a little bit if you just kind of stir it around from time to time and you let things settle. If you do a heavy stir on it and you kind of keep those dead yeast particles moving, it adds more of a creamy texture and body to it. Anyway, so yeah, in terms of the finish, medium finish, alcohol tastes low. As a matter of fact, I don't taste the alcohol at all. The palate intensity for the fruit is medium plus. Forgot to mention this earlier, nose, medium nose. I would enjoy this wine in a couple situations. One, if I'm with my friends who are wine geeks and I wanted to bust out something that you don't typically find at your average grocery store, and I wanted to just kind of be like, hey, boom, let's try this. If I'm gonna be doing something that needs a good amount of acid and would pair well with these flavors, this would be a great wine for that, especially something that maybe is also leaning towards wine that could have a little bit more body to stand up against it. Then this is one that is definitely there, and not so much like a Chardonnay level body, but like maybe in between your typical like Sauv Blanc, Pinot Grigio, Albarino, and Chardonnay. Like in that middle ground, this is where this wine really shines. This would also just be great hanging out by the pool. Sitting out by the pool, once the weather is nice enough and the water isn't like crazy cold, just enjoying a glass or two of this while just soaking up some rays and enjoying the nice weather. Like this is a multi-purpose wine, and it's a solo drinker. Assuming you are somebody who can deal with reasonably high acid in their wine without needing food to cut it. Anyway, with all that being said, how does the wine rate? Let's get to the blick. From a balance standpoint, full point, no complaints. Length, medium, finish, half a point. Intensity, medium on the nose, medium plus on the palate, half a point. And in terms of complexity, wide range of primary fruit. I don't expect tertiary, especially with a 2019. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you half a point. Also, adding that layer of, while it not really falls under complexity, and it doesn't really fall under length, and I guess it falls more in balance, that time spent on the lees is just really nice because it adds like a little bit of an extra element to it, especially on the body. So I guess that this kind of footnote goes back to the balance. Anyway, with all that being said, this was $13. This is a multi-purpose wine. I'm gonna go ahead and give this very good. I was very surprised when I saw this wine at the store because, one, I was actually looking for something that had spent time on the lees because I haven't had one of those in a while. I also really, really like stuff from Muscadet. I've enjoyed it for a long time, and I found it at my local grocery store for $13. So it felt like the stars aligned. I took a risk on it, and I'm not disappointed by it. at all. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you tried the 2019 Muscadet from Domaine de la Quilla? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I'll see y'all again soon with another episode from Wine on the Dime.